So what is Six Sigma? Six Sigma is simply a metric. It tells you your success rate. Oh, you are going to produce 10,000 units a batch. That means in a year you will be producing several million products. How many you are going to reject? How many you are going to raise the bill? You can predict everything, right? Your process will become predictable. At the same time, your quality levels will be very high. That means your process capability will be very high. That's why Six Sigma is called a metric. Six Sigma level means your success rate is closer to 100%. The failure rate is 3.4 DPMO, 3.4 defects per million opportunities. Six Sigma is a methodology. There are two methodology I told you. DMAC, another one is DMAT-V. DMAC will improve your current products, current services, current processes. But new products, new services, new processes, that is DMAT-V. You call it design for Six Sigma, right? And then Six Sigma is a way of management. In a company practicing Six Sigma, people will be assessed not based on the age. People will be assessed not based on the experience. People will be assessed and will be promoted based on their ability to contribute to the organization's growth. This is what is called belt level. This is why Michael Harry has designed the belt level. As a white belt, what are your capabilities? If you are not even a white belt, then what can you do for the improvement of your company? A meager contribution. You are not into statistics, you are not into QC tools, then tell me what can you do? You are a yellow belt and now you can participate in the project. You can help them. Somebody is working on a project. For example, there is a quality department and now you are also there in the same company. All the 10,000 people in the company are creating problem. How can the 10 people in the quality department can solve all the problem? And now you as a yellow belt, you will be able to help the quality department, or you will be able to help the green belts. But if you are a green belt, you know how projects should be executed. You know the importance of QC tools. You know the importance of statistics. You know the importance of solving the problem at the root level. You also know the importance of fact-based decision making. There is no point simply believing everything. Somebody is an expert. He is expert in his company, but you should be an expert in your company. What is the point you simply listening to another person who is working for another company? Take his opinion. It is an opinion. Validate the opinion by yourself. And now the opinion can now become a fact. Then only you can use it. All these things you need to do. For that, you have to be a green belt or a black belt, right? And then Six Sigma is a way of management. Everybody will be given a belt. There are 10,000 people. All 10,000 people will be trained. Somebody can understand everything and somebody can really contribute to the growth of the company, and they will be given such project. And somebody cannot go up the ladder. They will only help them with some data collection. They will plot some Pareto. That's all, right? And then Six Sigma is a philosophy. All of us can use, you and me can use in our personal life. It is simply a problem solving methodology. Use it to solve your customer problem. Use it to solve your business problem. And you want to use it to solve your personal problem, use it. Nothing to worry, right? It's a philosophy. So Six Sigma is a metric, Six Sigma is a methodology, Six Sigma is a way of management, and Six Sigma is a philosophy, right? And now, there is a concept called hidden factory. Now I want to switch to another philosophy called lean, for which all of you first understand. What is this concept of hidden factory? Hidden factory is nothing but a factory which is invisible inside your factory. Hidden factory is nothing but a factory which is invisible. All the invisible portion of the cost of poor quality is produced by this hidden factory. And imagine, I'm showing certain activity here. Go through the statements and tell me all these things are happening or not in any company. And also tell me whether any of these things are productive or not. Somebody is waiting because the material is not received, and somebody is watching a machine which is running, and somebody is producing a defective item, and somebody is searching a tool, somebody is fixing the breakdown of a machine, and somebody is producing an unnecessary item. It's not defects, it's an unnecessary item. There is no need to produce it at the moment. Either any of the work is productive here? Yes or no?
No.
All are
No, no.
all are definitely unproductive. But we can observe all these things. It's possible, and nobody can deny. Right? If you have got an eye to see all these things, definitely you can see a big company producing, with a lot of thousands of employees and thousands of machineries. All these things can go on. If you are monitoring, that's well and good. You are going to reduce it. If you are not monitoring, please understand you are running a hidden factory inside your company. You are running a hidden factory inside your company. There are many, many examples. Unnecessary movement of a machine. For example, your shaper machine arm moves by 300 mm forward and comes back by 300 mm backward to machine a small cubical block of, let's say, 40 mm. The movement of 50 mm is enough, but it is moving by 500 mm forward and moving by 500 mm backward. Can you notice the unnecessary movement here? The arm setting is wrong. So it is moving unnecessarily extra length and again coming back extra length. Time is associated, money is associated, your production rate is getting affected. There are many, many examples. We must have an eye to see all this invisible portion of the cost of poor quality. Right. So what is lean?